Even though it's cloudy and dark, it's bright on this May 15th, 2021 day, Saturday. It's a big protest in London. There's local protests as well everywhere around the United Kingdom. And I didn't go. I'm, as you can see, hanging out in nature, listening to the birds in this what I would say was quite sort of chilly and damp evening for a May day. And I just wanted to come on and say some briefly, summarizing things about what's currently happening. What's the flavor? What's the resonant vibration that's happening on a global scale, and also I think on a individual level for people, humanity. Because actually I see that, there is some actual division happening, as we all know. That's quite an obvious statement to make. But actually, a lot of people have been talking about the new age, and obviously we all have that buzzword, the new age, that phrase even. What does it really mean? And there are people who would usually formulate and contemplate life in the same kind of way that are actually becoming quite conflicting and contrary with each other, because their views are now again coming into sort of like subgenres and subcultures within, shall we say, spiritual, new age, alternative, eccentric groups. And people are getting confused. What is the new age? We're in this age of Aquarius, and is it peace, love and light? It's a lot of things. I see it as a move towards technology. It is a move towards a fusion, shall we say, of our human existence, or our biological carbon-based life form that we are, and a fusion into a more, shall we say, mechanical, technological kind of, shall we say, even virtual reality world that we are now embarking on and seeing actually in our new world, much quicker than I think it would have happened. And because of COVID, these new measures and this new way of being is being infiltrated into our reality much quicker than people expected, but it was probably all part of a grander plan possibly. But then now that we are racing through Aquarius, shall we say, with Saturn and Jupiter's almost actually at the very end of Aquarius now, and it's going to brink into Pisces any day now, and Saturn's just traveling through Aquarius quite happily. We are in the age of Aquarius, and I actually do think that what we're actually seeing is a very good representation of the age of Aquarius, with the fact that we are seeing a metamorphosis, like I say, of human biological even, or natural things merged in with artificial intelligence, technology, and a kind of, a new way of identifying with, shall we say, creativity, life itself, socializing, education, actual living, every single thing that is becoming a new normal is quite frightening for some people, because it's change and it's accelerating so much and so quickly. I think people are having almost panic, fear, anxiety, and also anger as a result of that. So their revelations are pull back, resist, and I guess what I'm saying is there's got to be an even balance. We can't stay floating around in this spiritual bubble. That's the age of Pisces. That's gone now. The spiritual bubble, and it's all happy and lovely and everyone loves each other. Technically, yes, we can emerge in with that as well, because we've learnt that, because we've been through that age. So every single age we go through, we take on the learning and we integrate it within ourselves, within our spirits. Now we're moving on to something else, where hopefully this new revolution, or some people calling it the fourth industrial revolution, can teach us a different level or a different way of integrating a completely different approach, shall we say, to living without sort of, I suppose, without acceptance. We need to actually embrace it. We need to accept it. And I think this is about compassion. It is about acceptance. And it's about just, really, literally, not resisting. I can't think of what the other word would that be. What's the opposite to resistance? To actually. There's so much beauty around me. I feel like my heart just gets filled up. Because there is. The thing is. Nature is abundant and always will be, and our planet is beautiful, I think, and it always will be. And I think that the representation of what's happening in this particular age with Aquarius is man or humanity wanting to display its height of intelligence and creativity. But yeah, it could be seen as ego, it can be seen as control, which it could be to a certain degree. But actually, I think humanity wants to push itself, the mind, shall I say, wants to push itself to its absolute limit. It wants to push itself and challenge itself to see what it can actually really create. Because we've been given this brain, and then you fuse that with the spirit and you put it in a body, and you kind of can get a dangerous machine, which is human. Or you can get a compassionate, loving, wonderful soul that can be so charitable and do the most amazing things. So, the avatar, shall we say, that we walk in is the valuable thing that we're given to do wonderful things with. That's what I'm hoping this age of Aquarius will be. That actually everything that we're being given as tools, whether it be AI or new ways of identifying with life or different ways of seeing a reality, could actually just be all integrated into the spiritual existence that we already know, the natural world, and also this new innovation, And with Uranus being in Taurus as well, that's what we're absolutely seeing. We're seeing that Uranus, being Aquarius's ruler, is cementing that down to earth, bringing that energy straight in and rooting it into the earth. And yeah, I do think that there will be a lot of, shall we say, a natural cull. There'll be things happening in this world on, a disastrous level. Could be from outer space as well. We could have meteors, or there's Nibiru sort of doing its thing and they're not really sure what that is. And then there's this magnetic pole shift. There's a lot of different anomalies out there that we don't really know what's going to happen. And, it's unpredictable. Uranus and Taurus is highly unpredictable. And physical events and disasters could be a result of that. Ill health could be a result of that. Pandemics. All these things are all a big hot pot of just brewing, like I would like to call it, rapture. Because it is. And we are tipping into this whole cauldron of a new age, and we should be excited about it. Not panicking, not living in fear, not making up stories. There's so many stories, and because we've got this intellectual mind that just wants to create and create and create, and because most of us are so highly educated and that we've got time on our hands, and because we don't need to struggle to survive anymore, especially in the Western world, we, need something to entertain us. We need a bit of drama sometimes. So, there's plenty going on in astrology that's highlighting all these things. And I could go back into that properly, but it's not really necessary, I don't think. There's plenty of planets aligned at the moment that are just really saying to us, be patient. Just heal, just be soft. Just go with what's happening. Heal yourself. Look at taking responsibility for ourselves, our actions, our behaviours, and be contented with the whole, and ultimately have the highest compassion for every living being, no matter what their beliefs are, what their actions are. Forgiveness is always the best approach. And that's about it. I mean, I guess, you know, in a nutshell, that's what I wanted to say. I hope that you're having as lovely a time as you can in this 2021 springtime. Oh, well, it's actually technically the beginning of summer, but you wouldn't know it. And there's my doggy. Come on, doggy. Bye.